Hey, today we're going to look at something I picked up on my birthday, and it really appeals to me. Sorry I couldn't find anything that kind of matched him. I don't have a lot of the Thundercats, and the ones I have are mostly 4-inch ones. I do have a bit bigger ones, but I think they're in storage. So this is the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. It's the Primal series Tiberius. It was $34.99 at a place called Nerd Bombers in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I wasn't sure, and I thought, well, I guess, you know, it's $34.99. That's kind of like what the going price on some of the similar things are. So I went ahead and did it, and then when I got home, I checked the prices on eBay just because I'm like, you know, maybe I probably got ripped off. Who knows? No, pretty much this exact figure. Now there's a skinny box with absolutely nothing, no extra weapons or anything, and he didn't look nearly as good as this. I think that one's like just $5 cheaper, maybe. I can't remember. I just remember going, well, I could go with the cheaper one and be dissatisfied and always be wishing I got this one. But hey, I was thinking that's my birthday. I'm going to go ahead and go with quality over price. And $34 is a big, you know, $35 is a big chunk for me. I'm just one of these people like, yeah. You know me. I'm a dollar bin diver when it comes to comics, and when it comes to action figures, let's go to Ross and get something on clearance. But this time I thought I would take a chance on something I have never heard of, but looks really cool. And I mean, this is something I probably would have heard of if I had my ear to the ground, but I usually don't mess with 6-inch figures or maybe 7-inch. Let's see how tall this thing really is. So in America's standards, he is actually 7 inches tall, which in 1/18 scale, a 6-inch tall figure is actually 9 feet tall. 6-inch tall action figure would be a 9 feet tall Nephilim. That's what I pretend like they are sometimes, or demigods, or like I was talking to a friend of mine the other day saying I use the word gods for them ever since I was a kid for the giant figures. He is 18 centimeters tall. All right, so coming out of the package, he feels pretty good. Now they said to make sure you loosen him up before you play with him because, and this is not for anybody. It's not for children, which is exactly like my channel. I don't want anybody as a child on my channel. I am an adult collector, and I am not reaching out to kids. I'm reaching out to other adult collectors. So Tiberius is the ambassador of the House Feralist. His loyalty. Oh my gosh! Let me repeat. His loyalty is somewhat in question after returning from his assignment with House Horrid. All right, there are mostly simians in this group. There's only 2 cat people. And I definitely picked the better one. I like tigers. That is my favorite land animal. It does say somewhere on here you can't just like jump right on it out of the package. Like, see, it says, please note that the joints become stiff during shipping process due to plastic temperature changes. Please warm all joints before posing your figure the first time. So let's go put him in the microwave. Now I'm gonna just take it a little easy at first because, you know, that's a warning, and that's say, hey, you can't sue us because we warned you. I'm just going to take a look at his articulation carefully. Now, under his head, you can see he has the ball joint in the head and then a joint that goes forward and back so he can head bang. Or he can get some more poses like he's like agreeing with you. No. Or I know you didn't. All right, so for his butterfly joints, he does have, and I noticed that right away because the shoulders, there is an extra layer of armor right there, and it's not just like he's wearing a suit. It's just that he has butterfly joints to go back and forth. All right, his arms can go up about that much for armpit action. They can also go around 360 degrees. You'll just have to trust me on that because I'm not going to, with the armor right there, I don't want to actually push that. He's got a bicep swivel, which is very pronounced. He's got pins, if that bothers people. I'm not sure when that became such an issue with people. Every time I see people talking about his pinless, it's got pins. His arms are double jointed, which go about this far. His hands rotate, but I don't see any up and down, left or right motion for them. All right, so he's got major ab crunch. And he can go back this far in case he's going to do limpo time. He's got a skirt that's made out of a soft plastic, kind of like Polly Pocket plastic. I would guess that his joints underneath are, I'm trying to look in under his crotch, which is embarrassing, looks like his skirt, but he appears to be a ball crotch down there. He has a thigh swivel, which I can kind of tell looking up his skirt. So his thigh swivel is very pronounced right there as well. It's one of those ones that if he didn't have the skirt, it would look pretty much you can tell. Oh, that scares me. Oh, he also has some articulation here. It appears to be a ball joint below the abs. So it's kind of like the reverse of what I see a lot of them. A lot of them have ball joint up here and then ab crunch down here. He's got it in the reverse position. All right, can he sit down? Well, the skirt gets out of the way so he can pull his leg all the way up for a full 90 degrees, like he's going to sit on the couch. Then let's see how good his knees are. He's got double jointed knees. It's pinless at the bottom, but pinned at the top in case that, I don't know. This is one of those things where it's a little stiff. So that's one of those situations where it comes stiff. He can go 90 degrees with just the first bend. The second bend is going to take a little bit more finagling. Yeah, I'm not ready to bend that one yet. I'm going to have to warm it up some more. All right, so this one's ready to go. So yes, he can go over 90 degrees for his legs. Again, this one, I think it's just this gold paint has sealed back over on that side. And it's going to take a little bit of air. I don't have a hair dryer because I don't have hair. Well, except my arms and my back. You're like, we know TMI. Okay, so we got on the feet. He's got the ankle rocker, which you can tell the pin goes in this way. And I really hate to bend the legs forward and back, especially since there's armor kind of preventing it anyway. So I don't really need to express that much interest in the articulation of his body for his feet. Now I do like how the colors pop. He's got gold. He's got 2 different shades of tan. The blue really nicely goes with the gold and offsets the orange because blue and orange are opposite colors. I like how the white is pronounced on his extremities and then in his face. Let's take a look at that gorgeous face of his. He's got both eyes. For some reason, I expect him to have a scar over one of the eyes, like what is that, Scar, I guess, from the jungle? What is that? I don't know. The Disney movie that everybody loved back in the 90s that I could care less about. Lion King, that was it. So he gives me that Scar vibe for some reason. That's the name of the character. Looking really good there. So now let's take a look at each one of his weapons. We got this thing right here you can bludgeon somebody to death with. Nicely painted silver with brown. We got this crossbow that looks kind of like a skeleton. Yeah, it looks kind of like it's got a skull on it. And it's got some painted features here, silver and silver. So this crossbow, you know, whenever I say compound bow, people think I'm talking about a crossbow. No, this is a crossbow. This is the kind of weapon that Buffy the Vampire Slayer used quite often. It's not got a string, but that's okay. And then he's got 2 battle axes. Most people only marry one. It's got the silver panel on the end and the brown. All right, I don't know. Let's see. Which weapon would I want to put with him if I gave him one? I kind of am privy to this one, although I'm a sword person personally. Projectile weapons are always good. I wish that you can attach things to him. He has a hole in his back, which I'm guessing is for a stand. It's not big enough for anything I've seen so far. So I'm not quite sure what the hole is for. If you can let me know in the comments, maybe this is your forte. And MTB, you said you like 7-inch stuff? Well, this is 7-inch stuff because I was like, I wasn't sure myself. I thought it was 6-inch. He's got a little orange bag here full of hands. So we can talk to them all day and they still won't understand. So he's got the 2 hands he has is got a trigger finger that's loose, but I guess if you put that in there, you can have it that way. Let's see what else he's got. He's got 2 closed fists, which are fine. I mean, they're pretty good. They look like there's rotation for them, but see how it looks like there's definitely some kind of rotation for them? Let's see if I can get one that moves because these are the last thing. Yeah, they definitely move. So it makes me wonder if these are just made not to move. Well, I wonder now. Because right there, it looks like it's definitely separating. Like the paint is separating off at the joint. There is actually articulation, but the paint is flaking. Not a good thing. So the paint is flaking off and is leaving a very blah looking color underneath. That's not good. I should have just left it alone. All right. Then he's got grabby hands. Got 2 of those. Or clawing hands. And now I got a lot of white dust on my table because these things were painted, and I don't think they did the thing on them where after you paint something, you're supposed to put a sealant on it, because these have really started, like you can tell where it's come off, and it's still coming off. As I'm putting it back in the bag, it's still coming off. So for a $35 figure, let's just say that's not a good thing, because your high quality is based on your price, or vice versa. I mean, you know, if you're going to charge $35, you gotta earn that. All right, so guys, what do you think? I think, again, for $35, it's not that bad. It's got some good detailing right here. I kind of wish they would have carried through right here on the legs and put some gold trimming on those. I feel like they said, okay, as long as people look at the top, they won't notice. I feel like they kind of failed down here, because this is just very monochromatic. There's not paint on the places that should have paint. Also, I would probably put gold on these bolts right here, just to, you know, give it some differentiation. Instead of looking like a toy, it would look a little more realistic. They did do nice gilded outlines of the actual armor pieces. And I've always liked this kind of armor right here. I draw it on all the angels I draw. That kind of armor. All right, so guys, what do you think? For $35, is this something you would pick up? Or maybe you are a fan and you picked up all of them. Curious in the comments how many people have gotten all 6 of these. And are there more? Like, are there actually figures that they pan out from just simians and cats to giraffes or well, the monkey is a simian. Other animals. All right, so thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments what you think of this particular figure. I'm just curious if I got my money's worth, or if you think I got ripped off, because I'm sitting here going, $35. But, you know, it's something that will stand out. It's not like everything else. A lot of this stuff you could buy at Walmart. I've never seen this at Walmart. Of course, if your Walmart has it, I wouldn't be surprised, because my Walmart has nothing. So once in a while, you just got to get something that's out of your price range, out of your comfort range. And that would be like a birthday or a Christmas, you know, a time whenever everybody's blowing money for no reason. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day.